So for years, events for me was this setup, camera, flash, handheld, because I can control everything with this. I can turn it any way I want to the ceiling, direct, to the side. This was it for me. And, I love this setup. But now that I switched with the Leica and I want to really do more events with the Leica, my goal has been to get the ultimate setup for the Leica. And, with manual focusing, this is kind of hard. But there is one setup, and I used this years ago at a wedding, believe it or not, and I was a guest. But it worked, and it worked well, which really shocked me, because I just took the camera for funs, for shits and giggles kind of a thing, just to shoot. And I didn't want to take a big camera, big strobe, and upset the photographer that was paid to do the job. I just wanted to be, crazy uncle taking pictures. So let me show you that setup. By the way, this setup with this Connect, the ProPhoto Connect, absolutely fabulous. I know a lot of people are like, well, I can get, 3 Godoxes for the price of one of these, or 4 Godoxes for the price. Yeah. The reason professionals use these is because they're readily available at rental houses. Like our whole systems, taking this an entire system to a place is crazy. You rent the systems, you get there, and you can use the stuff you're used to, or you can add to the stuff you already have. So if you only have 2 lights and you needed 4, it's easy anywhere in a major city to go to a rental house and get ProPhoto. Godox you can't get. It's just, there's not many rental studios that have that kind of stuff. And even if they do, the people you hire and yourself, like sometimes you just don't know the system or they don't know the system. Everybody knows ProPhoto, Broncolor. That's why ProPhoto is so big in this. And these flashes, I love the flashes. I love the quality of them. And I would get this system for this remote alone. For this form factor on top of your camera, it is so lightweight, so easy, so accurate and dependable. This is the ultimate system for me. But let me show you what I'm going to use for ProPhoto or for Leica. And again, I could use it for any camera because I used it for Fuji. I have played with it on Nikon. It works just fine. But, for this argument, and definitely no matter what camera system you have, you may want to try this because it's really a great little flash for events, indoor kind of events, not outdoor where you need a lot of power. For that, I'm still going to use this. But, for mixing ambient with strobe and keeping that look of the event, this is the one to have. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so for the Leica, it's the C1 Plus. Now, I don't have it on here, but the wrist straps they have for Peak Design wrist straps? I put the little clasp on here, put the Peak Design, and this just hangs off my wrist. Can never lose it. So I can drop it, focus, and I don't even have to drop it because I can focus just fine with it. In my palm because it's so tiny and so lightweight, and then take the picture. This has some power. It's not huge power. It's not massive power, but I could shoot at ISO 400 for a medium darkish kind of situation, ISO 800 without a problem, full length. So that's what we're going to test today. I'm just going to show you some quick photos of what this little thing can do. So I'm going to shut off all the lights in the studio here. Get this set up really quick and show you what the results are with this little C1. The other part about the C1 Plus I absolutely positively love, but I want to explain to you on how to do this if you do decide to do this. So when you turn on C1 Plus and they connect to the app, you're all set. Now, turning this on, sometimes it's not on full power, even for strobe. You just hit the plus sign until it double blinks, and then it's at full power. Now you can change the color temperature of this in the app, but your Connect has to be off. Because down the bottom of the Connect, when you see this show up in your app, you'll see advanced, and then you drop down the advanced. It's not there when the Connect is there. So shut the Connect off, drop down advanced, and then change your color temperature to what you need to the situation you're in. Then you can turn this back on and this will stay where you set it. And I can use this on full power and then just move it as I need. If I'm close up, I'm going to pull it up just a little bit to calm down the light a little bit. If I'm not up, I'll just, or you can just use the aperture to go down one click. Because it's, like I said, it's not a powerful light. But let's take a look at what this can do, because this may be a great little system for you as well. Because for me, if I can do every event like this, and I'd be really happy. So this is, I mean, look at this little system. That is so tiny, so lightweight, and it's really easy to use. The other important factor is you don't have to worry about battery power, because this will last many events, not just one. One charge, internal battery, you won't run out of power for an event at all. It'll just keep flashing. Anyway, let's get to the testing and see what this can do so you can have an idea of the power of this. And I'm going to stay far back, so like full length photos, and I'll use the 50mm lens, so I have to stay farther back. Anyway, let's take a look. So let's get the technical stuff right out of the way. I'm shooting at f2.8 to f4, and I am just shooting. I'm on auto white balance. I'm not doing anything fancy. Right now I'm shooting from 10 feet back to 11 feet back, give or take, 6 inches or so. I'm going to shoot far away and close up. I just want to give you an example of what this little flash can do, and then hybrid LED, if you will. You can use it in TTL. TTL works with the Connect Pro, the regular Connect, and with this thing, it works. But it's always underexposing just a little bit, so you have to adjust for that. But in manual mode, it's so much easier. You just point it and fire. If it's a little too hot, tilt it up a little bit or tilt it down or whatever you want. But it works. So I had to bring in a Model 2 because, seeing plastic heads doesn't mean as much as actually seeing a person in these. And I'm going to show you the stuff right at the camera. And at the end, I'm going to just do some minor retouching. I mean, really minor. Basically, I'm going to take the seam out of the V-flats, but nothing else. But it works. And remember, you can adjust the color balance of this as well from 3200 Kelvin to 6000. These are a little cool, but I didn't care. I just wanted to shoot and show you what it could do. Because as a pocket flash that can get 2000 flashes, it's great. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Here it is without strobe, and then with the strobe, it lights. It's great. It works. Color rendition's good. And like I said, you can fine tune the color rendition. These may be a tiny bit under, but remember, I'm using a 50mm lens, so I'm further back, and I'll show you, the no light with the light, and then I'll show you the minor retouching I did. Nothing major at all. I just wanted to give you an idea, straight at a camera kind of stuff, so you can see what it can do. But it pumps out some light. It's a great little light. It's not strong. Don't try to shoot a group of 10 with this. You can shoot a group of 3 or 4, but here it is straight out of camera. And then I just retouched that seam in the back and, just minor adjustments, nothing major at all. And then, at the very last image here, I'll show you a full length from 11 feet back. It puts out some light and it's going to work for me. So I'm really happy with this setup. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions, leave them below.